Hey, this is J Maximus. Today I'm going to show you how to heal some heroics as a holy paladin. Going to show you how to do that through my playstyle. If something works for you, go and use it. My way isn't law. My way isn't the right way, but some people will tell you it is, and you should be open to constructive criticism. But just because someone says something works doesn't mean it is. Sometimes they'll be right, and it really is good. So anyway, I'm gonna put remember to buff up the group before the tank pulls. Sometimes he'll pull before you get done. Whatever. I'm going to put wisdom on me. I know I have plenty of mana, but just for the sake of showing beginners how to do this, I'm going to use wisdom on myself. So I put kings on the warrior, might on the hunter, kings on the warlock, and might on the death knight, and wisdom on me, the holy paladin. So the tank's health went down a good bit, so I'm going to use holy light to heal him up. But it makes this little add-on down here, he's taking a lot of damage, so I'm going to focus on healing him for the moment. When things get crazy, use holy light. Holy light, holy light, holy light. Otherwise, I would use flash of light. If you need to be on the move, and you don't have time to stop and cast the flash of light, then use holy shock. Lay on hands in emergencies. So I'm going to make this little add-on down here. Tells me what the duration of my Sacred Shield. Sacred Shield Hot, which is the green one. Sacred Shield is blue. Beacon of Light is red. And Judgments of the Pure is yellow. So I cast the Judgment of Light on the enemy. Probably the one, whichever you want the person to receive heals from Judgment of Light. So like if the tank isn't taking any damage from the boss, but a DPS is wailing on another guy and has aggroed him, and that DPS that aggroed that mob, that ad, is taking a lot of damage, put Judgment of Light on the ad. It'll give you an effect similar to a hot. Let me see if I can catch up with this tank. He's out of line of sight right now. He shouldn't have done that. Tanks should always stay in line of sight of their healer when they can help it. So, if no one needs healing at the moment, go ahead and cleanse them. So heal them up, cleanse them first. Healing comes first, unless it's an actual crucial debuff that it has to be dispelled. It is going to kill them if you don't dispel it right then and there. Like an example would be Fusion Punch from Iron Council in Ulduar. I notice I'm missing Beacon of Light right now, so I'm going to refresh that. That's an add-on that I'll tell you what that is in a future video. Now cleanse that poison effect off the warlock. Move up here. I noticed that my tank moved ahead. I need to be aware of that and move with him. So I'm going to heal him first, then cleanse. Used holy light. Flash of light whenever you're trying to conserve mana. Cleanse that magic debuff off of him. Remember who you have Beacon of Light cast on. Do whatever you have to remember. For me, I learn best by actually saying it out loud. So sometimes I'll say to myself, Beacon of Light on the warrior tank. Or Beacon of Light on whatever my guild member's name is. And I'll remember that way. I don't even have to look down here. I'll just remember. I can't just remember automatically. That's just the way my mind works. But everybody's different, so oh yeah, something I forgot. You always want to put up your seal at the beginning. Don't be afraid to refresh it. because it's not good at all when your seal runs out and you're trying to figure out why you can't cast a judgment to activate judgments of the pure, or not judgments of the pure, enlightened judgments to increase your haste. So the healing's not all that bad right now. See, I'm standing in purple stuff. That's bad. I shouldn't have done that. So I'm just gonna use Flash of Light. I noticed that Mortal Strike is on the warrior. Healing effects reduced by 50%. When there's a point where you're healing, I'm gonna move out the purple stuff. There's a point where your healing effects are being reduced, try and use absorption effects. Now, you're as a Holy Paladin, you're saying, we don't have any absorption effects. Yes, we do. We have Sacred Shield. So, try putting that on them. That helps a lot. Because the Mortal Strike effects, like, what's the hunter ones called? I forget. Where is it? Aim shot. There's a couple of others. Absorption effects are not affected by those. So that's something you can do as a Holy Paladin. Also, using Divine Shield and Divine Sacrifice, if you have that talent, that's something that you can use to absorb group damage. Divine Sacrifice will transfer the damage to you, but it won't do any damage to you because you have Divine Shield up. That's a good thing to use whenever group damage when everything hits the fan. An example of that would be the Heroic Calls of Lightning boss. What's his name? Loken. That's an instance that a lot of Holy Paladins will have trouble with, because everyone's taking just all at once. Group damage goes down and everyone's about to die, and you gotta heal them now. You ain't got time to do that. It's just better, like 3 or 4 seconds before he does that, do Divine Sacrifice and then Divine Shield, and it'll absorb most of the damage. Another thing you want to learn how to do as a Holy Paladin is do precasting. So when you know someone's gonna get hurt, right before, cast a heal, and then they'll get hurt, and then the heal will land right after they get hurt. That's something that you should try to work on. That helps a lot. In between pulls, try and use Divine Plea. You might say, well, what if Divine Plea is still up while I get on? We'll make a macro. Here, I'll show you the macro that I have to cancel Divine Plea. Where is it? Oh, there it is down in my bar. Okay, here it is. That's the macro. Whoa. Okay, that is the macro that I use to cancel Divine Plea. If like the tank rushes in and you don't have, you still have Divine Plea up, but you don't want it. You need healing now and a ton of it. Just use that, and you can do that and get rid of Divine Plea, and you have 100% healing. I would suggest the best way to get healing experience is to do PvP. And I know a lot of you will Holy Light on the Death Knight. See how his health dropped there all of a sudden? When healing gets tough, you're gonna use Holy Light. Otherwise, use Flash of Light. If you're on the move, use Holy Shock. Cleanse on the Warlock. Heal him up with Flash of Light. Gonna cast Judgment on the boss. Sacred Shield and Beacon of Light are up on the tank. And it should be pretty easy. You see, he's doing Blade Storm. He has a debuff. Yeah, he's got a dot on him, so I'm gonna put a hot on him with the Sacred Shield hot. Oh, that Rhino interrupted me, so I'm gonna put it up there. So now he had 2 stacks of that dot. I'm gonna heal this Death Knight up, and everyone went there. No one died, so I consider that a successful heroic random. So yeah, there we go. All right, thanks. I'll hope to post more videos in the future.